Hi everybody, it's Rue from Rue's World, and this is a junk journal that I made for my friend Angie, who volunteers for Carolina Loving Hound Rescue, which is the rescue where we got our dogs, Jazzy and Dixie, our dachshunds. We love them dearly. And Angie does good work, and she fosters a lot of the dogs that have medical issues, and she takes wonderful care of them. Spends a lot of time taking them to therapy and to the vets and things like that. So I just wanted to make this for her as a little thank you. We'll go through it quickly. It turned out a lot bigger than what I meant it to be. I just was having so much fun putting it together. And we'll start with the outside. The papers, a lot of the paper in it is from Graphic 45, Raining Cats and Dogs. And there's a lot of other bits and pieces that I pulled from other pads I had that were mostly K & Company and things from Michael's, those sort of scrapbooking papers. I had a great time putting it together, like I said. On the front, the paper's so pretty, I don't like to hide it, so I just made this little plate out of some craft paper and put it together there. And the side, like I said, it was too pretty to cover. I made this little chain that's on there, and it has a lot of little charms on it that are dogs. You can see dachshunds and pugs and all sorts of things. And that can be used on the inside if you wanted to use it as a marker, as a bookmark. So, like I said, this is huge. When I take all of the inserts out, things that I added in, the journaling cards and the papers, it actually lays flat. So I've stuffed it with many things. I wanted it to be a fun experience for her. I don't know if she's going to use it for journaling or not, but I thought, well, I'm going to make sure that there's a lot of things in there, and I had a blast putting it together. So the tea-stained lace to hold it together with just a grommet through. And I'm going to try to do this with one hand. So you'll find, you'll see that I put pictures in from her personal collection inside. What I wanted this to do was to be, look vintage, with the theme being anywhere from Victorian ages up through 1915 or something to that era. So most of the pictures are like that. It is full of tuck spots and pockets and all sorts of things. Little pockets, side pockets, some stamping with some inspirational stamps, some fabric, little things are in the envelope pockets. I left some of the pockets blank so she can put some of her own stuff in there if she chooses to. It's one of her little dogs that can't use her back legs. And I found some cute vintage photos and just matted them up. And I forget where I got these, but I thought they were really cute. And just put them on some little envelopes. Some vellum pockets. Tuck spots. Like I said, I don't have everything full in here, so she has room that she could put her own pictures or whatever she wants in there. It's another vintage download. A lot of these are downloads from just Google and the internet, and that I printed off and then put on there. And this lifts up so that I can pull this down, and there's a pirate beagle, which I thought was cute. This also has a little book in here that I made. So there's a book there, there's a tuck spot there, and also behind. I guess that is the one behind. And when you pull this one open, there's an old AKC picture, lithograph, from a copy of a lithograph of different dogs. And there are tuck spots all over, as far as in between pages and things like that. So there's a lot for her to discover. And some more vellum. Just tuck spot. I'm going to switch hands here quickly. I don't have anything to hold my phone yet, so it makes it difficult to do this with one hand, because I wish I could hang something up. This is Raining Cats and Dogs, so there are cats and dogs in this one. And that's one of her, 2, 3 of her dogs there. That's in the vellum pouch. Some more tuck spots. And another pull out of a lithograph of dogs. This is move that, and this folds out accordion way. Like I said, there's stamping. There's a lot of lace in it. I did some gilding on it. Another little book I made back in here. Thought these were cute. I forget where I got those. Just a little beagle, and then I embossed it with embossing powder and melted it on. It's actually a piece. It's actually wooden. Another tuck spot. Flip up for journaling. All these cards are, you're able to journal on the back of them if you would want to. So everything's matted, the photos are matted, so you have plenty of places to do that. Now, what I found was on AliExpress, where I get an awful lot of things, I found these little, hopefully this will, I know the lighting isn't good, come in. These are little glass beads with they use them in different jewelry, and it's a little picture of a cat. It's behind a, I don't know if it's glass or plastic, but I used it as a little marker so you can pull out a slide card. This is another tuck spot. This one's on actually a heavier weight, and you can see it's shiny because I used glossy accents on it. And this is another flip up, and it's got a little magnet to hold it together there. I used some fabric on this one just to give it some dimension, and just some little calico fabric, which I thought was cute. This is another old postcard that I downloaded. This is interesting. I made a pocket out of it. These are 2 papers that I think I got off of Etsy. Another pocket there. So this is just a little girl picture, and I made like a little collage of it. So it's also a tuck spot. This is another tuck spot there. So all kinds of dogs. I wanted all kinds of dogs in this, not just one kind or another. And it's another little collage I put together. It's a little Tim Holtz plaque. Another little collage I put together. Live in the moment. It's another vellum pocket here. This is interesting. I just learned how to do this, and I don't know why I didn't think of it before or really research it. But this is actually printed on vellum, so it has a nice crinkle to it, and it can journal on the back. But I found that you can print on vellum if you print it as a draft, in the draft quality, not in normal or best, and then don't touch it. Just let it dry overnight. And I think it turned out really, really cute. And then I just sewed around it and used pinking shears. But I really like how that turned out. I think it's a technique I'll be using in the future, maybe even to print on a page like this and go from there. It's a little tuck spot. I got a lot of these charms from AliExpress and have integrated them into here. Some more tucks. This is another tuck here where I put a bookmark, side tuck, belly band. This is a flip open so that you can journal in there. It's held together with a magnet. This is another little collage thing I put together. Go through. So I tried to get, that Victorian look along with the Raining Cats and Dogs look. I did a lot of just fussy cutting things out, glossy accenting them and putting them in. This is the other vellum that I did that I really like. It's an old advertisement. So it's wholesale retail. And you can journal on the back. I really like how those are turning out. Come back here to where we were. And you see some more. Like I said, there's a lot of discoveries to make in there for her, a lot of hidden spots, things here and there, journaling pages. So she can put a lot more in here if she wants to, take things out, whatever she chooses. It's another. Some more of the charms. Another charm there. I wanted it to look eclectic. I didn't want it to look all standard or the same. I wanted it to look like it had been put together over time with what they had. This is another flip here, which is going to be really hard to do with one hand, but it does flip up. And it also is held with a magnet. Some more double pockets. There's a lot of double pockets in there that I put together. And coming to the end, on the very back. And that's it. So I really like how it turned out. Pretty happy. I'll be probably tweaking it and putting a little something here and there in it before I get it sent out. But thanks for joining me and having a look at the journal that I made.